Here's one.
Okay. That motion to not approve an increase on this self-evaluation for Sugar Creek Casino. Jesse Jones, second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carried 6-0. All right. Next is this WTIDC property management agreement.
Did they ever put these recommendations into the actual agreement? Do you have one that can be signed and move forward?
If
That's
y'all,
what we've
well,
got are all these edits on here.
right, and last time we met, when I brought this up, nobody had read through all of it yet, and so we haven't discussed it or anything. If y'all are ready to do it, I had some questions, but I've already asked those, so if y'all are ready to do it, I just had like clarifications on, if the manager intends to offer a rental or licensing concession at 20% or more below standard applicable rates, it shall obtain owner's advance written approval. So that's just like if they decide to offer a discount, a big discount for somebody that's working with the WTIDC that's over 20%, then they have to bring it here because and get approval for that. And I just had a question about initiation of legal proceedings, and I was just asking, it says owner authorizes manager to request, demand, collect, receive, and receipt all such license fees, rents, and other charges owned by patrons of the property. If manager believes legal proceedings are required to enforce patron obligations, it shall notify owner, and owner shall determine whether and how to initiate the appropriate legal action. So it's just saying before they take somebody to court, like if it's $800 and it's going to cost us $3,000 in court costs, how to, that we need to talk about that first. Just kind of clarified the contracts and stuff, because it says all such contracts and purchases shall be on owner's behalf and owner's expense. So they're still managing it, but at the end of the year we should get a profit from it. And so those contracts are made in their name, but we need to just we need to determine what contracts are they allowed to. Basically, just the business part of it. There's some stuff in here about insurance and how that's handled, which we need to go back and look at that, because I don't know if that's how it's being handled right now. There's some indemnification, operating statements they're supposed to give us on the 15th of the month. Their financials, they're supposed to approve a budget, or provide us with a budget to approve yearly. The monthly fee is $4,000 is what they put in here. There was just, we need to make sure, you want to make sure it's profitable. I mean, you're going to want to make sure of that. There's one part in here that they noted that it says manager's home, office, employees, salaries paid to any executive, officer of manager, manager's overhead, home office, administrative expenses, or for any salaries or wages allocable to time spent on projects other than the property. That we might want to take that part out.
And what section is that in?
And 5.1, it says these expenses are more commonly associated with multi-property management operations and may not be applicable here. And you could leave it in there if we use this for something else, but the agreement's for 5 years.
With it being renewed again.
Yeah.
If there's no 60-day notice.
Yeah.
The automatic renewal with the,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Unless one or the other gives a 60-day notice.
Anyway, some of that, I mean, I'm okay with it if y'all are. The only thing would be that $4,000 a month, because we agreed to it and then something happens and it's not making any profit, then are we gonna be the one supplementing it? They're gonna take their 4,000, but are we gonna end up being the ones supplementing it? Or, I mean, that's their responsibility to make a profit off that business. I mean, like, so right now they're taking over the accounting, which that runs about 1,000, so, you know, that's just taking that from Sanders, Walter Wallace and moving it over to WTIDC, but all the extra expenses we didn't have before, and hopefully we'll see a better return off of it, but we don't know until we actually get in there and start doing it. But once we sign this, we're stuck in that $4,000.
so essentially that $4,000 is their monthly payment for managing it.
Mhm.
And that's all we're asking.
Four-
For
four
4,000,
times
we don't
12
want
is-
anything else.
48,000.
Mhm. And I think that's reasonable.
I do too,
Well
because
worth it for.
Well worth it for us having it and knowing that it's being handled and there's more than one person.
And I don't disagree with that, it's just, we just need to make sure that we may not have a profit off of it, and that's,
That's true, but, it's
You
not
can't
like we're paying.
guarantee.
I can't guarantee anything.
Yeah, I mean, if we were paying Mr. White Man George down the road to manage it, he would have wanted 6.
right.
And then there's no guarantee, and we're still gonna be the one paying the bills if it's not making a profit.
Right.
At least this is our own entity that's running it, and it's at a reasonable price. I think
Well, I'll make a motion, we approve the agreement.
Second.
Now, second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, motion carried 600. And what I will do is I will send that,
actually, this is being fixed and then sent back to them for them to accept, right?
right, and that's what,
And then-
and that's what I was
and
gonna
then
say,
if they accept it, then it's a done deal.
right.
Mhm.
So, with that being said, this really needs to be in a resolution, but we will accept it, send it to them, make sure there's no changes, and once that does, then I'll bring it back in here for a resolution for y'all to authorize me to sign it.
Okay,
Okay.
authorize Jesse to sign it.
The president signs the contracts.
We removed your signature authority.
But you can't do that. Anyway, let's move on. Hopefully we're all getting along. All right, next is CCDF office space, and we already did that, we already talked about that. Anything else in old business?
Is this next part development commission? Is that part of that other?
What is it?
Oh, this is
It's under
new
the,
business.
what we just passed? Is it right here?
That's
the
part
start
of page, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, next is tribal member request. There's one from Daryl Galindo, requesting permission to build a sweat lodge on tribal complex ground that can be utilized by all tribal members who wish to use it. This will allow us to get back into our traditional cultural way of praying and purification of our spirit. Any interested tribal member will be allowed to assist in helping to build the sweat lodge. All materials will be provided at no cost to the tribe. Thank you for your time and attention to this request.
I'll make a motion to approve that request.
I'll second it.
Is there any discussion?
Where is it gonna be built?
What Daryl had told me was he wanted to build it near the tribal park.
Let's see.
Near,
But where?
Where?
Where would you prefer?
Well, I'm not building it, and I'm not using it, so but I just would like to know where we're gonna authorize it to be put. I mean,
Well, how about I amend my motion to state that I motion to approve the request to build a sweat lodge. The location should be contingent upon the agreement of our cultural department.
Anybody else got anything else they want to say? All right. I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
I'm gonna abstain.
Motion carried 5-0 and 1. Shirley Rivera abstained. Nelson. Abstain. No, my Shirley. Seconded, I'm sorry. All right. There's a request by Sydney Prince to use the community building for that OFIW meeting. We did this once before.
When is,
In March, I think.
she staying for when
Yeah, it says in March. It doesn't have a specific date.
Well, it's kind of hard to schedule it if we don't have a specific date.
Well, I think she was asking if she could use the building, and if she can, then they'll schedule the date. I think they're trying to find the place first, but it's supposed to be in March. And I'm sure they'll work around.
Yeah, right now, there's not but one thing scheduled in March.
Yeah, it just says she took me to a Saturday in March. So you could approve it pending their.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I'll make the motion to initially approve this, based on that we get the exact date.
Go second.
Second.
Jesse second. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carried 6-0. The next one's from Colette Holder. I know there were some emails about this.
Is this the tires?
Yeah. So Jason and them used to have, the EPA program used to have they pick different dump sites and they take dumpsters out there and they hired people in the summertime to clean them up. They don't have that program anymore. He did say they could go and get the tires, and they have a place up in Oklahoma City. They can get them. I mean, there's a bunch of tires there. They can get them and take them up there and get rid of them. We do a little planning to get everyone to allow them to do that.
So are we gonna pick up tires for everybody?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking. I mean,
So if we do it, who's gonna pick it up?
Yeah. Who's gonna do it?
Who's gonna do it, maintenance or EPA?
if you want Jason, then we'll probably do it.
But are you gonna do it if other people want it done?
Somebody else?
Because if you do it for one, you gotta do it for others.
I don't have a problem with that. I mean, if it's in our jurisdictional area, I don't have a problem with that. If it's tires, it's hard to get rid of.
And if you go down there, you gotta pay $1 to get rid of them.
Mhm.
Somebody else asks and you gotta do it.
Mm-hmm.
Let EPA do it.
What's your motion?
Yeah.
Jesse motion to have EPA to pick up the tires on the Noveling Holder's place.
If anybody else asks for it, then they will do it for them.
Can I second?
I'll second.
Matt, second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carried 5-0 and 1. Vanessa abstained. Did you want to say something else, Nancy?
I was just gonna say, I was just probably none of my name business, but it don't matter.
Sponsorships, this Teen Challenge.
Who owns that property?
Well, no, it's not, I know who owns the property.
Is it single owner or is it multiple?
There's no house there.
Multiple.
Multiple owners?
There's no house there. But maybe they're trying to clean it up so they can put that house there.
That's what they're wanting to do. All right, Teen Challenge. This is a tribal member that works here, and they asked if we would consider a sponsorship.
There's a tribal member who works here,
Yeah.
is Dave Irvin.
No,
For the
dang,
teen
is it
challenge?
Gage? It's either Gage or Dre Boardingham.
It says we are Dre boarding here.
Dre.
on here.
Oh, yeah, there it is, Dre.
Dre.
Yeah.
I didn't know who worked
They
here.
work here?
You put Teen Challenge, marketing, OKCC.
Oh, they work at Teen Challenge?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Teen Challenge? She said they work here.
Oh, that's what I was
Work
thinking.
for
No,
teen
I-
challenge.
No.
So they don't work for the Wichita Village Times?
No,
They work for the Teen Challenge?
yes.
So they want us to donate something for their,
Yeah, I just wanted to know if we wanted to sponsor anything.
I make a motion to, donate Pumpkin and Jesse for silent auction for date night. No, I'm just kidding.
Lost cause.
They don't have enough money for that,
Yep,
at least for me.
we're over the $5,000 there.
All right, what do you want me to do?
I hadn't either.
Well, I think, I'm gonna make the motion to do the silver table sponsorship for $250. That includes tickets and seating for 4. And I think that would be a great, team building exercise for our executive committee.
Well, this is, I don't understand. It says City of Anadarko, but everything here says it's in Oklahoma City.
No, that's a
Yeah.
totally different, that's a different one.
Oh,
This is just the Teen Challenge.
but what am I looking at then? 'Cause I thought that's what it
I,
was.
now I'm confused. I thought it was an Oklahoma City church.
Yeah.
It is, it's Oklahoma
Yeah.
City.
The next one's for
Okay.
the, Hall
All
of Fame.
things, and then
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah, that's doing the
But it's
250.
got City of Anadarko next to the oh, that's the next
That's the next
item.
page.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I'll second.
Oklahoma City Teen Challenge is a 12-month faith-based inpatient rehabilitation center for teens and young adults with drug and alcohol dependency issues. Our annual banquet is one of the ways we raise money for the center since we are a 501c3 company and do not receive any government funding.
Okay.
I'll
Can
second.
this not be directed to our substance abuse and alcohol program?
I don't know if they can do the sponsorships. I mean,
I mean,
think
this
they
is
can.
not, I mean,
Well, can't we fund it out of our juvenile, the tribal funded juvenile program?
but it's, I don't know.
since it's the teens, it-
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but, and you gotta be careful about the sponsorship things, especially if they're not really related to our tribe.
Yeah,
And who in our
exactly.
tribe's gonna get to see this?
Mm-hmm. Who's gonna take the time to
Who's gonna
go?
benefit?
He was working, he asked if he could send it, and I told him that was fine, it goes before our committee. And I did tell him
I'm
that
just asking these
there's
questions.
no guarantee that it would get approved if we're not directly,
Involved, yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
that's my question
Mm-hmm.
is this in any way gonna benefit any of the youth of the Wichita Village Times?
And it's unclear.
And, you know, I'm sure we're not, Wichita Village is still on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
so I have a motion for a $250 sponsorship for this. Anybody want to second it? You did? Jesse second. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Abstentions? We got a tie.
We voted 3 no,
There's
1
two
abstention.
yes, 3 no, and 1
2,
abstain.
3,
Okay.
and 1.
Never mind.
It failed.
Motion failed.
See how you
2,
vote?
3, and 1.
Yeah.
Well, that's how you're supposed to vote.
I know.
You wanna vote.
I know, I don't look
That's why
around.
I vote.
Let's see, Vanessa, Miles, and then
Who abstained?
Shirley abstained. Okay, the next thing is City of Anadarko. this one is, the city of Anadarko is home to the National Hall of Fame for famous American Indians. The Hall of Fame has bronze busts mounted outdoors in the statuary garden. And talks about the Hall of Fame. We are seeking help in order to preserve this wonderful statuary garden for our future generations. Landscaping and benches are needed. And new brush arbor should be built to replace the one in decline. The city of Anadarko is willing to provide the labor and some materials for the project, but cannot shoulder the project alone. Respectfully request that your tribal nation consider contributing to our effort by donating a level you feel appropriate. The total cost of the project is $30,000 to update and repair the garden. Please find the attached list containing suggested ways to contribute. And I didn't attach all of that.
That's, I know. That's where it's always busy with people over there Pokemon hunting. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but that bench, is that a pretty good price, $300? Have those metal benches that have Anadarko that are downtown? Those are nice benches. They are. But this one, it says $350, and you can have the Triumphs logo on it, and whatever.
Park bench, put the logo, landscaping, yeah, landscaping is $500, repair the water fountain $1,000, repair to the brush arbor $1,000, replacement of artwork in the hall center $1,500, cleaning and repair to the statues $2,000, buffalo on the rock $2,500, large buffalo $32,000,
Aren't they getting the buffalo already?
remodel on the side, inside of the building.
Hmm?
Going over there.
Travel budget. But they're wanting this to go at the Hall of Fame.
So, you could either do the
We're at
bench,
the Hall of Fame.
Already got one there.
you just said a bench.
That would hang it like a light.
There's the.
Do we got anything at the Hall of Fame? A bus?
No.
Put your bus.
Are you asking if there's any Wichita's represented at that hall?
Okay, now they were very careful with their wording here. The Hall of Fame is not operated by the city of Anadarko. They're seeking donations to go to the Hall of Fame, which is run by Carolyn McBride.
Yeah.
There's no tribal
Why don't you ask
representation.
our friend Donald Trump and Mary Fallon down there?
We're being live streamed.
Well, that's my opinion, as
I-
an American, I don't
I know.
feel like our president, or our elected person, should go there. And that's my opinion.
So what do you
I
wanna
like
do?
the bench, but it's just me.
I was at the library today and they had one of those benches in front and people are already scratching it up and.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
it's been getting gouged up.
Yeah, they are.
Which is
They seem to be
unfortunate, 'cause They
gouged.
are nice.
So,
You know,
Well, I'll make the motion to purchase the bench and, let them use our maintenance department for 3 days.
To do what?
Contribute labor to doing,
Contribute
redoing the
labor.
arbor and the other things
Whatever
that
is
they're
needed.
talking about.
That's
That's a good idea.
That's a real good idea.
Help you in.
our guys could do that.
Mhm.
you know how much time that takes.
And see, and we can have the city pick the days when they're, have it scheduled.
Just schedule it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
they're-
schedule it with them.
Yeah, they already go help mow, they go help mow already, like one or 2
Don't we-
days.
We switch off?
Huh?
Didn't we switch off
Mhm.
Delaware's and us?
All right, I have a
What's that
motion
motion?
to purchase the bench and contribute, and that'll just come out of the general fund.
And contribute labor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesse, second. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, abstentions, motion carried 6-0. The next thing is this Dave Urban request.
The city go request.
Yeah, that was the city of Anadarko.
Oh, that's what Dave Irvin was with him.
No,
And that one, has that been, issued through the program? Yes. Represented to the program?
Well, one, we need to know if y'all wanna be a part of this, if you want the programs to be a part of that. It's on a Saturday from 10 to 10, which means they will get, either comp time or overtime or however you wanna do.
What is it
that.
asking?
Thought we could, yeah.
They have tribal programs to set up on June 10th from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m.
They're having a music fest.
Mhm.
And there's gonna be several bands, some from Anadarko.
So they're just having our programs just set up.
Yeah, it's an invitation to have any of our programs set up, like to have information booths.
And then, so we were asking for donations from local businesses in cities in Anadarko area to offset the cost of the lighting and sound to put on the event.
I think that's a long time to have our programs out there. Maybe we could do 10 to 5 and then comp them 8 hours.
You want to make it a requirement, or if they want to do it?
No, I would say if they want to.
Volunteer.
Volunteer? Or
want
they
to.
get time for it, which
They
they,
get time for it
Time
if
for it
they
If they
participate.
choose to participate.
Yeah, flex
Okay.
time.
It's not mandatory they do, but
Yeah, but if they want to be a part of it, they'll get more time for it.
okay. And then do y'all want to donate anything?
I think we can consider that later if we find out if we got money.
yeah.
Okay. So somebody want to make a motion to allow the tribal programs to participate? Jesse, motion?
Second.
Matt, second. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, abstentions? Motion carried 5, 0, and 1. Nassim abstained. And then, just a few things on upcoming meetings. Next Monday is at 9:30. They're doing the liquor by the drink at the county commissioner's office. And then on the 15th, I'm going to that that IHS budget formulation meeting in DC. IHS is paying for it. I'll leave on the 15th, and then the budget meetings are the 16th and 17th, and I come back on the 17th. And then don't forget we have that surplus sale Friday,
You got a list of what they're selling?
this Friday. I haven't seen the list.
They haven't given me a list, and I asked them if they were gonna
Yeah,
publish.
because everybody's asking about what's the list.
And Charlene was out today, but when I asked her last week, she said that she didn't know if she wanted to put out a full list this time. But I've had a lot of tribal member requests for that list already.
They need to, because there's a stove and a refrigerator, and I know a lot of people want
That's what I
this.
have told people, is that there is a full-size stove and full-size refrigerator, and the rest of the stuff,
Mhm.
they told me was similar to the last.
Okay.
What day is liquor by the drink?
Monday at 9:30 at the courthouse.
That's it.
They're serving liquor by the drink.
Yeah, it's a meeting.
Monday.
Do we need to be present?
9 a.m.
I was just telling you, I'm going, but I was just letting y'all know.
What time?
Oh, is it,
9:30.
discussion or from?
They're just gonna discuss,
Trying
they're
to
probably
get it
gonna
on
want
the ballot,
tribal support. And which we already said we'd support, but,
Because of the.
right. So, the two things that I think has come up, if we wanna get it on the ballot fast, then they've gotta have money to get it on the ballot. If not, we have to wait like another year or something.
When's our next meeting?
Next Tuesday. On the 7th, and Builders Unlimited will be here that day.
At 5:30?
Mm-hmm.
So are we meeting on Valentine's Day?
Yes, unless y'all wanna change that.
That's
It's
this meeting, the 15th.
election day.
Oh, it is?
Election day?
Every time I see the signs, I think he's
You've got
asking
the
you to vote for
joint
him to be
meeting
your
on the
Valentine.
15th.
I thought about making a sign like that.
Oh, I'm leaving that day.
Cupid sign
Oh,
on your
oh.
face. You're
Because
coming back.
that's the day they have their meeting, they're gonna meet at 1 and
A
then
little pumpkin
meet
cupid.
at
Mhm.
yeah, because they were doing lunch, gonna meet at 1, do their housing
Well,
stuff,
oh,
and then
the
recess and
meeting's
come
the
out here.
16th, 17th, and she's coming back that evening?
Huh?
Your meeting is the 16th and 17th, but you're coming back that evening?
Yeah, I'm leaving on the 15th. The flight was like at 1:23 or something like that, but I just forgot about we're supposed to meet with the housing that day,
On what day?
on the 15th. I didn't know till today. They just made my arrangements today.
What time are y'all meeting in Jackson?
We were coming out here to meet with,
The
Meeting at
executive
5:30.
committee, because we didn't meet with them before.
Well, can we meet with the executive, I mean, with
We could
housing
still
on the
meet.
13th? Huh?
That was the day that
That
all.
That was
of them
only,
could
that
be
was the
here.
only day that everybody
All
could
of them
meet.
could be here.
because that's our regular meeting day.
Yeah, and they're all here. Any other time, they're not all available.
Um,
We may
What
have
time was it
four,
supposed to be on?
5:30.
Yeah,
Jesse could share it.
yeah, but we probably have other things we need to meet about too. If y'all wanted to meet on the 13th instead, and then or we could move housing. I mean, it was just for the quarter thing, unless y'all.
It'll be one short.
We do, yeah, just be one short.
Yeah, put Dallas on.
Dallas,
That's the only day Dallas is.
it don't matter really.
I mean, we could either meet with the housing on the 13th or just move it to a different day when Dallas is available. I mean, it wasn't like absolute had to meet that day.
It's whatever.
Where's
I'm not a
Dallas at?
commissioner.
Edith.
She worked, I mean,
He's at,
She?
He.
no, he's at, he's on a unit. now.
pharmacy.
Henrietta.
Oh, Henrietta. Oh,
Yeah.
He's at
that's a
Henrietta
complete
now.
different
That's way
direction.
down.
That's way over there.
Yeah, he's at Henrietta now.
No,
No, it's supposed to be.
Hennessy.
Tennessee.
Hennessy.
Yeah.
No, that's up north.
So you want to meet at 5:30
No.
on the 13th, and then y'all can see if housing wants to meet that night, and if they don't, then,
And so we won't be meeting on the 14th.
or the 15th, yeah.
Okay.
Is that okay?
So move it
Oh,
to
the
Monday,
We'll meet on the 7th and the 13th.
Okay.
no 14th.
13's what, Monday?
Yeah.
So no 14th.
Are we to other?
Yeah.
I just sent out an email with 2 resolutions on it that I think we need to pass. One of them is to formalize changing their signature authority. And the other one is to allow the CFR court to handle intertribal disputes. Because we took action in a meeting to remove the authority, we need a resolution to reinforce it.
So Vanessa's requesting a motion to formalize changing the president's signature authority, and another one to allow CFR courts to handle intertribal disputes.
Not intertribal, intra-tribal.
Sure.
Do you want to table these, or do you want to vote on?
I think we should take action at least on the one on signature authority.
You can't just take away the president,
Yes,
president.
you can,
You can take me off,
Terry.
you can take me off bank accounts and stuff like that, but you can't just take away the signature authority of the president.
We're assigning it to the vice president. And that's an action that can be taken, and we took it. We just want to formalize it.
Is this what y'all want to do?
Did you make a motion or what?
I'll make the motion. that we
You
adopt the
sure this is what
resolution.
y'all want to do? I mean, what, oh, so
We've
are you
already voted
taking,
on it
are you,
before.
are you taking it, like, are you trying to take it permanently, or what do you, I mean, what's your purpose? Are you involved in the recall?
You would not recognize our motion for a censure. this was the next step we had to take, because you've opened us up to potential lawsuits for breach of confidentiality. And you've already said you've got more you want to put out there. And this is to protect us.
Well, we're having the meeting on February 11th too.
That's
I mean,
right.
yeah.
But this is a motion that's on the floor. I don't know if I've got a second yet, but I think we should
But-
formalize the action we took, because
So
you're
what
obviously not recognizing
But
our
what is
action.
it? What is your ultimate goal? Is it to get me out of this position? Is that what you're trying to
No, we
do?
want to be able to know that you're not going to be causing us more harm or potentially breaching confidentiality or taking actions that commit us to something. We ask you also to CC on your correspondence. You haven't done that. We've asked to get copies of the mail that
That's
comes
just
in.
you wanting control of me for whatever
No,
reason. Yes, it is.
we need to be informed.
I
Just
understand.
like we didn't know about the situations that have been going on with, your communication with other people. It's been a concern because we've seen how you, and we want to make sure that you're not, making commitments or making statements that are going to come back on us. That's all we want to know, is to be assured, because you've already put this stuff out.
All I put out was things that were relayed to me by other tribal members. That's all I put out. It wasn't,
Hearsay.
right.
Hearsay. We're
Right.
putting hearsay out and trying to put it as fact.
All I was doing was telling y'all this is what I
And
heard.
this- but we-
And I'd never
we
been
made-
said it was, nobody said it was fact.
So,
But-
and again, that's a concern, that you're out perpetuating hearsay.
Well, we'll know at the tribal council meeting, because then we'll have tribal members that hopefully speak up about the same situations that they've had. And if you read our history, whenever there's disputes, and just like we're in here, and the things that are going on right here, in our history, it says, when we can't come to this conclusion, I don't want anybody to get recalled. I don't want our tribe to get into that. Somebody does. Somebody's wanting that for our people. I don't want that for people.
Wait. Don't hold up this petition that we got today for a recall and act like we did this.
I didn't say we.
Because this is, since we've been in office, this is the
The
third
third.
one.
I know.
And
I know.
the first two, you never accused us. Why are you accusing any of us now? I just want that.
Because you just
I want them
accused
to
me.
know.
Okay. I know.
You understand?
Yeah,
I mean,
I understand.
that's-
And I didn't mean, I'm sorry, I did not mean to accuse you. But
Not me, but
somebody's
anybody.
pushing this. But what I'm saying, what I was trying to
20
say,
tribal members are pushing
I don't
it.
think any of us are.
We
We've
know.
always said, it's not our intent to remove you as chairman. We just want to be able to work together and everybody to be on the same page. And if you're gonna do something, we all need to be aware of it before you do it, not after.
but I brought up the issues here, and here's the thing, is when we keep saying we don't have tribal money, that was my point. But anyway, the meeting's gonna happen. What I was trying to say is, if you read our history, and when we get into these disputes and we can't deal with them, and see, this is still going on, you're still wanting to take away my signature authority, then we need to go to our tribal council and we need to hear them and hear what they expect from us, because I believe that they expect us all to work together. And I hope that we can do that. And I hope that whatever we're doing in here, that we're putting money into programs for our people and stuff. And I know there's, like that tribal funded social services, we went through that fast. I know we need to look at it, but we still have people that need help, not,
That's true, but when you go from getting 4.5 million, and the next year, our revenue dropped in half, and then this last year, it's dropped in half.
Again.
So let's cut.
But,
I know.
I mean, we're not talking about $40 to $20 or $40 to $10. We're talking 4.5 million. You cannot do what you did with 1.2 million that you did with 4.5 million. Without having to cut something and without draining your savings. You cannot drain your savings.
But like you said, instead of cutting the programs for people, why not cut our stipends? Why not cut my salary?
Hey, excuse me.
No, I'm saying,
Excuse me, but since I came to this, that was my main goal. I have asked 3 times. The first time I was told by our president, this is true, Terry. I said, how come? What What in God's name gave y'all the right to think a 300% increase is justifiable? You told me if I didn't like it, you could put every officer on salary. And us committee members, yes, you did. Do not lie.
I'm not
You
lying.
said you could put them
I'm not
officers
lying.
on
Okay.
salary,
Okay.
and we would get nothing. I said, fine, do it. If you can do it, you do
No,
it.
no, no, no.
But I have said 3 times, I do not agree with that. I do not agree with people coming and leaving halfway. I do not agree with somebody getting paid, even though it's not this committee member, it's another commission that lays there and sleeps, comes in late, lays there and sleeps, has to be woke up to sign his check and then falls back to sleep. So don't act like this is all your idea, because I have mentioned it 3 times.
I'm not saying it was my idea. I'm saying it'll go to our people. But you have to look when they did the 300.
But you're mad and you're wanting this brought now. But
What didn't
when I
matter?
brought it up, you've been opposed to it. That's what I'm wanting everyone to know, that you've been opposed to it up until now.
I'm mad because we're cutting services to our people. That's why I'm mad about it. And we're cutting services to our people. On the first 4 years we were in here,
Yes.
the $300, it got raised to $300. And we did the travel plaza, we did the community building, we did the event center. I mean, we were really doing a lot of stuff, and it was justifiable. I mean, and I
But
wrote
we have
it
the
up.
income.
Right. But now, in this term, we're not doing any of that stuff. We're finishing the hotel that we started. We're finishing the history center. We're not doing the stuff to earn this.
And we
so
don't have the money to do those type of
Right.
things.
So if we don't have the money, let's cut back on everything else. And
Okay.
I even put the
Then let's cut your stipends,
I-
because you're receiving the stipend on top of your salary. Yet
Right.
you say that you're not on a time clock or anything, so basically you're getting a flat salary.
Right.
Why do you need to get additional payments for meeting fees when you're out here in the middle of the night anyway?
Right. So, but that's why I come in a lot of times, because I'm getting ready for all these meetings. So if we're going to cut back, and I agree with that. If we're going to cut my stipend, then let's just go to 1 or 2 meetings a month. We can have them during the day. It makes it hard. As long as we're not meeting every week, I can't do that every week.
What I'm saying is you don't need to get an additional payment.
But then I don't have to call those meetings all the time either. If I'm not going
Well,
to,
that's fine.
and that's fine. We can cut
Finish
back.
that thought, what you were gonna say.
No, I'm just saying I can't.
So in other words,
I
you're gonna
come
cut back on
in-
meetings because we're saying that she can't get a stipend.
No.
That's
But that's what I do.
Self-centered right there.
I come in to get ready for those meetings. That's why I come in the evening. So if we're not doing that, then there's no reason for me to come in. We can go to 1 or 2 meetings, have an all-day meeting, and you get your $300 stipend or whatever it is after the council, but we just
See,
have an all-day
That's kind of a
meeting.
threat there, isn't it?
That's-
Yeah.
No.
That's what it sounds like, Terry.
It's not a
That
threat.
if we cut your stipend, then you're gonna hold all-day meetings during the day.
Well, it's a threat that, never mind, I'm not even gonna do that. We got a council meeting on February 11th, and our people can vote on those stipends, and our
Are
people
you
can
gonna
vote on it.
recognize their
Okay.
vote? Because you haven't recognized any of their
It's a
vote
voting
before.
meeting. Yes, it's a voting meeting. And
But you haven't recognized their vote before. So what makes this one different?
And can I ask a question? Why, all of a sudden, are you wanting the people to vote on the stipend when prior to that, no one asked us council or
The tribal members?
General council, tribal members, to vote when y'all raised your,
Because we,
when you raised your salary or when you raised the stipend? Nobody asked us.
Because right now, every time we come in here, it's we don't have money, we gotta cut back, we don't have money. And we're cutting services to our people, so if we're gonna cut services to people, then we need to cut back in other places too.
Well, I make a motion that we remove your stipend, that you no longer receive stipend, you just get your salary.
Well, it'll be on the council,
No, I'm making a motion here in this meeting.
It'll be on the council. Then we'll wait and
I'm
not
making a
have,
motion in this meeting.
then we'll wait and not have a meeting until after the 11th.
No, I'm making a motion that we remove your stipend now. Well, actually, I have another motion on the floor. On the resolution. Can I get a second on that?
I didn't acknowledge it yet.
Oh. So once again, you're going to play
no, I'm not gonna acknowledge it. You can't take away my signature authority. You can do it for like a specific bank account or something like that where you can't just take away my signature authority. I know you think you can do whatever you
Done
want.
in other
We can make a
tribes.
motion, we can take what action we want, we work as a body.
It's been done in other
It
tribes.
has
I
been
thought
done
we
other
already did.
places.
We're just
We
getting
did,
it.
that's just to
Gotta do it in
formalize
resolution.
it, that's all it is to formalize it, to put it in a resolution.
But what, can I ask you, what's the end result? I mean, okay, you're gonna take it away. Is it permanent? Is it for the rest of the 4 years or when is
Change
it?
it.
So what's
It's
gonna
not
make
gonna
you
be
change
permanent.
it?
If we understand that you're not gonna be going out jeopardizing the confidentiality of our tribal members and our employees, and that you're not gonna be doing things that'll cause irreparable harm. And that's our
You
concern.
don't think cutting, never mind. Never mind.
Anyway, it's my motion to adopt that resolution.
I'll let Jesse can chair and take that.
Okay. Have a motion by Vanessa. This will be resolution WT 17-51. Removal with President's signature authority. Motion by Vanessa. Do we have a second?
Second.
Shirley DeWilla, second.
So Jesse, can you speak louder for the live stream?
Since I talk so quiet, I have a motion on the floor by Vanessa Vance to approve resolution WT 17-51, removal of President's signature authority. Shirley DeWilla seconded the motion. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Abstention?
I'll abstain because I wasn't present at that meeting.
Motion passes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, and 1.
All right. What else? Y'all wanna look at that petition?
We can discuss that at the next meeting. Let you guys have a chance to review it.
Should we turn this in today?
Motion to adjourn.
I have a motion to adjourn by Miles.
Are we not gonna discuss this?
There's
I thought
probably,
we can put it on the,
we can put it on next week. There's probably some more issues we need to look at.
Adjourn.
Can I have a second? Jesse, you
Yeah.
second. Jesse, second. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, abstentions, motion carried 600 at 9:16 p.m.